Hey everybody, today I'm going to be doing a haul which includes what I picked up at the Beautylish Gift Card Event. I actually have lots of stuff here, so quick ramble. I recorded several videos a couple weeks ago, but life has happened and I have not been able to edit them. I think maybe in the order in which I filmed and they're going up is going to be different because there's kind of some videos that I want to go ahead and get up. I've had multiple weddings out of town and a funeral and just kind of multiple things. So I have not been able to edit the videos I recorded, but I did because of all the sales and holiday events that are going on right now. There's kind of some videos that are probably going to jump the line a bit, and this is probably going to be one of them. The other one is I should start receiving things that I picked up from the Sephora Rouge sale starting tomorrow. And I want to get that video up before the VIB sale comes available. So end of ramble. I've spent lots of time in the car lately, which is kind of the result of all of this because I've had a lot of time to do online shopping. I've spent probably over 40 hours in the car in the last 2 weeks. So first item that I picked up is I got the Wet n Wild Megaglo Highlighting Gold Bar and Holly Gold Head. This is what it looks like. This has been very hard to find. I did order mine off eBay. I don't believe I paid overpriced because I basically paid the same price I would have paid if I had ordered it through the Wet n Wild website. This is what it looks like, and it does have a mirror that pops out here. So it's about yay big. Let me give you there's lots of swatches online. I'm just going to swatch in the gold part because I really don't care about that. And that's what it swatches. So it's a pretty gold highlighter. I'm glad I have it. It was inexpensive and it's not like the world's best highlighter, but me being a little bit of a makeup collector, I really wanted it in my collection, so I got it. Next thing I picked up from Amazon, I've seen a lot of these types of products going around lately, and I wanted to get this one. This is the Quick Eyeliner Stencils. I ordered this off Amazon. Sorry, there's a lot of glare on this packaging. And what was different about this one is there's 3 different styles of eyeliner and then some other like stencils in here. I may do like a demo or something with these. I gotta play around with these. I have not tried these yet. One of my favorite brands, Essence, finally has an online store where you can order online. Before, you basically had to get everything through Ulta. So I kind of picked up some things that I have not seen in my Ulta store. So the first thing that I got is the Essence Pure Nude Makeup Natural Finish No Makeup Feel. I got the color 20 Pure Sand. And this is supposed to be light makeup for flawless and natural finish, no makeup feeling on the skin with moisturizing glycerin and vitamin E, suitable for every skin type. This is a foundation. I didn't get 10 because it looked pink toned. I'm a little nervous. I think this may be too dark and it still has a tinge of pink in it, but I'll follow up on this probably. I also picked up another Essence eyeliner brush. This is just a cute little angled brush. These are like $1.99, and I can have 100 angled eyeliner brushes and be happy. I use them for everything. So I use them to lipsticks. I prefer an angled eyeliner brush over a traditional lip brush for applying lipstick. This is kind of the reason I placed the online order. I got the Essence Shape Your Face Contouring Palette. Looks like this. I got color 10 Ready Set Peach. The other one was more of a pink tone. These are what the powders look like. And this is a bronzer, a matte highlight, and then a peachy shimmery blush that you maybe could use as a highlight. So we already have the gold highlighter on there. And then here is the bronzer, the matte highlight powder, and the blush. I think this contour color is a little warm. I don't know. I have mixed emotions on this. I'm not sad I bought it, but I think I'm gonna have to play around with it before I really think it's worth the money or not. The last thing I picked up from the Essence order is the Essence 2-in-1 lipstick liner. Looks like this. This looks like one of those kohl eyeliners, shaped like this. And I got the color O2 Vintage Rose. I just really liked the idea of this, that it's so sharp that you can like trace your Cupid's bow with the end, and then you can, you know, fill in the color with the flat side. So I'm gonna give this a whirl. This is what the color, oh! And that's what happens when you swatch not very carefully. Well, I'll just have to reshape that. But it doesn't twist up or anything, so what's there is there, and that's all you get. So how much product did I just waste? That was like several lipstick applications. But that's the color. It's just pretty. It was kind of hard to tell the colors. They didn't have, like, I didn't think a good color representation on the website, so I was kind of picking a color blindly. Diet Coke break. And I've had this cup for years, but can we just talk about the Cubs winning the World Series? I'm not actually a huge baseball fan, but we kind of lovingly joke that when I married my husband, I kind of agreed to become a Cubs fan. It was like I had to become a Cubs fan. My husband is a huge Cubs fan, and his like life is made now that the Cubs have won the World Series. So we're representing tonight. Next, I'm going to talk about my Beautylish. And can we just talk about Beautylish packaging? It is so cute. I mean, this just, there's something about this kind of packaging that's like nostalgic, like even before I was born. You know, like this is what I feel like packages in the old days look like. And I just love getting packages from Beautylish. A, because all their products that they carry are amazing. And B, this packaging is just so cute. So the first thing that I picked up from Beautylish is another Chikuhodo GSN 02. And yes, I said another. I had heard such amazing things about this brush, for applying foundation, even though this is supposed to be the powder brush. So I bought one, and it was about the same time, it was like last year holiday, and I got the Guerlain Holiday Meteorite Pearls. And like this handle, this is like a pearl white, and the packaging of that just went together so well. They were so pretty, and so I started using that with those pearls, and I love this brush for that powder. So because of that, I've never used it as a foundation brush because I just really don't I like dedicating cream brushes to creams and powder brushes to powders, and not like using the same brush and switching it back and forth. I don't know why I have an issue with that, but I do. So since I've never brought myself to use that one for foundation, I picked up this one, and I will be trying this one for foundation because I've heard that this is just absolutely amazing for applying foundation. So I picked this up. The next item that I picked up during the Beautylish Gift Card Event is actually my first item from this brand. I got the Makeup Atelier eyeshadow palette. These are 5 eyeshadows, and I spent a lot of time looking at all of their swatches online because they have so many different versions of this palette, and I decided on natural brown, and this is what it looks like. So sorry, I feel like everything's really being blown out today on my camera. I had it between this one and another one because there's one that's very, very similar to this. I think it's maybe the nude one, and I kind of kept going back and forth, and I finally settled on this one. I have just heard nothing but good things about this. So I'm not going to swatch the black just because I don't want to deal with getting it off the back of my hand. But this is how it swatches. So very excited about that. I don't think I've ever heard anyone say a bad thing about the Makeup Atelier eyeshadows. And the last item that I picked up from the Beautylish event, disclaimer, this brand is not cruelty free, but I did not buy cosmetics, and I'll do another video on my cruelty free cosmetic stance because I have a video I want to film. But I bought this because I just thought this was too cute. So, and it was inexpensive, and it pushed me to finalize out that $100 to get the $20 gift card. So this is little Annie Sue. Her packaging on everything is so cute. I really wish her brand would go cruelty free. So this is a little palette, and it looks like this. And I just thought this looks so like vintage and beautiful. And I'm not sure, it has like a metal thing hanging right here. And it looks like it's hooked in part of the hinge. And I'm not really sure what that's about. If somebody, I don't know if maybe you can like hang this from something. I'm not sure. Inside, it's got a mirror in the top. And then it has this little plastic cover that is going to come out. And then it's got this pattern in the bottom. This is supposed to fit 6 of their, like, they have like face and eye products that there's blushes, and they're all kind of the same size. And they're supposed to fit in there. And looking at it, I'm not really sure how it's supposed to grab, because I was assuming this was magnetic underneath, but I'm not seeing anything magnetic. So I don't know if they just lay in here and then you close it and that's what's supposed to keep it in there, because I'm not seeing anything. That's just like a film and then it's plastic right under there. So I'm not sure what's supposed to be holding stuff in. Let me see, I think. Okay, so Makeup Atelier are not magnetic. It looks like it because there's that little hole where it looks like you can stick something and pry it up. And I tried that and it sounded like glue was separating, so I stopped. So I went and grabbed a Makeup Geek eyeshadow, and this is definitely not magnetic. Like, it is sliding all over the place in there. And the back of the box says to keep this clear transparent thing. So yeah, I'm not sure what this is supposed to do. Now it's kind of making me want to order one of their products to see how this is supposed to fit. Because I don't even feel like maybe metal. Maybe I'll try to get a magnet and stick it in here. I don't know, I'm really confused. It's really cute. It's $10. But I'm starting to think I'm going to store something other than makeup in it, because I don't know. This may be a dud. I may not be so happy I bought this. We'll see. Okay, so that is everything that I got from the Beautylish event. Next, I'm going to be going over some of the items that I picked up at Ulta. So I've had some drama with Ulta. I spent a lot of time with customer service at Ulta lately. And let me just say, none of it was their fault. And they've resolved everything. It just took a little time. So I went to Ulta and I picked up the Tarteist Pro Glow palette. I really wanted the eyeshadow palette when I first saw pictures, but I'm not hearing good things. So I haven't picked it up yet. I'm not sure that I'm going to. Let me tell ya, this thing is heavy. There is some weight to this. It's a monster. So this is what it looks like. And then it like book opens. There's 2 mirrors. There's one of these things. There's mirrors on each side. And then you have 5 powder products. And then this is a cream. I will probably never use the cream. It's nice that it's in there. I'll give them credit that it's in there. But I just don't think I'll ever use it. I personally would have preferred another powder, but I understand why they did it. I bought this palette for this color right here. I swatched it in the store, and this Stunner palette, I just thought, I need that. I will buy the whole palette for that. So let me do some swatches for you. This is Lit. This is Strobe. This is Fire. This is the one I bought it for. This is Stunner. And what an appropriate name, because I mean, just look at that. Compared to the others, look at that baby go. We're gonna go with Sculpt. Sculpt's kind of dark. Like for my skin tone, I'm gonna be careful with Sculpt. With my current skin tone, I think Strobe and Stunner are gonna be my go-tos. Lit would be very pretty once I get a little bit of tan, like in the summer. So I'm really excited about this. I think it was money well spent. I mean, I haven't applied it yet, but just from swatching, I'm excited about this product, and it may be that I get this instead of the eyeshadow palette. This was $45, so this is not like it's not expensive, but it's not cheap, because you're getting 4 highlighters, a contouring powder, and a contouring cream. While I was at Tarte, I picked up the Tarte Kissing Squad, and it looks like this. They had these individually, this style, on the Double Duty Beauty collection at Ulta, and then they have come out with these 4 limited edition colors that are just in this kit. This is $34. And if you don't know, I think I've talked about these before. You get a lipstick on one side, and then on the other side you get a gloss. And I already own 3 or 4 of these colors from the original ones that they had. I believe, let me go get the other ones because I want to see how they compare size-wise. Yes, so I have 3 of the, I'm going to call them original. I have VIP, Voltage, and Basic. And this is one of the original ones. And this is one from the package. So they are the same. I'm pretty sure these are like $20 or $22 each. So the fact that you're getting 4 for $34 is an amazing value. I mean, it says right on here it's $136 value, and these are 4 colors that you cannot purchase normally. So the next thing I picked up from Ulta are the NYX Wonderlust palette. There were 4 different ones. I got London. They also had Dubai, Copenhagen, and Madrid. This was a tough call. I finally went with London just because I wanted to try one before I bought all of them. So inside you have a big mirror, and then you get 8 eyeshadows and an soft matte lip cream down here. I don't know, I'm not up on my NYX matte lip creams, but I guess London's a normal color. I don't know. I know Copenhagen is a color that they have of a lip product. So that's what that looks like. I mean, it's a pretty good neutral. And then let me swatch some randoms. We gotta go for the glitter. And then we'll go for this matte and this matte. This little palette was $14.99, so not necessarily as inexpensive as you would sometimes expect from NYX, but you are getting quite a bit. You're getting 8 eyeshadows and a full-size lip product, so not a bad price. I think it could be cheaper. I feel like that's slightly overpriced for what you're getting, just a little bit. I think $9.99 I would have been better with. And then the last thing I picked up from Ulta is this Japanesque set. You get 2 beauty sponges and a cleanser. This was only $18. I mean, how many Beauty Blender dupes am I going to try, right? Like, I know that they're not going to ever be as good as Beauty Blender, but I keep buying them. Dry, they feel fairly squishy. I liked the size. I thought these were good sizes, like a good full size, and this reminds me about the size of the Beauty Blender blusher one, which I really like the size of that one, so I'm glad I got that. And then, I mean, who can't use a good solid cleanser, right? So that's what I got. Okay, we're winding down. We only have one last stop for today. So Profusion. I can't find on Logical Harmony Profusion's cruelty-free status. I'm typically not a fan, but I picked up 2 things today. They have the cruelty-free bunny on the back, so I'm hoping they're cruelty-free. This was $10, as the giant sticker on the front says. Typically, I don't go for like Profusion eyeshadow palettes. I've bought several in the past. I've just never been a big fan. But this highlight palette, I thought maybe. This is like very generic or very Urban Decay Naked knockoff packaging. And they do a lot of Naked eyeshadow palette knockoffs. So this is what the inside looks like. Inside there's this very coarse brush that I will probably never use on my face. And you get 5 highlighters. They feel very dry to the touch, but that's got some shine to it. I mean, we'll just have to see. This is White Pearl, and I don't know that the camera's picking it up, but it has a bit of that blue duochrome. It's like a white blue duochrome. This is Pale Gold, which I think that's a good description. It looks like a pale gold. This one is Champagne. To me, that's kind of peachy. I don't know that I would have used Champagne to describe that. This one is Light Pink. I don't feel like I gave Light Pink a fair swatch. I used my pinky. Yeah, there we go. I don't know that I would have gone with Light Pink. It looks a little too cool to be called pink. To me, that's more of like a white. White Pearl almost comes off blue, so to me Light Pink looks more actual white. And then we're going to do Golden Bronze here. I've added Golden Bronze. The next item I picked up from Profusion, I had just heard, I believe, Tati talking about this. She talked about how she bought it last year, and I thought for sure she was mistaken when she mentioned it, but she wasn't. You get 3 eyeshadow pigments for $1. Can we get that? $1 for all 3 pigments. So these aren't colors that I necessarily went, ooh, I love all those colors, but for $1, I mean, we could not get it, right? So these work out to what, like 33 cents each? I mean, we can't not do that. So this is the packaging. So anyways, I mentioned Tati brought these up as I get swatches. Oh, I thought these were like loose. These aren't loose pigments. That's actually like pressed in there. It's like a pressed pigment. I don't know what I thought. So anyways, while I swatched these, Tati was talking about how like these were so unbelievably inexpensive and such good quality. And she was like, they were like $1 for all of them. And I was like, there's no way. She probably meant they were like $1 each, right? Nope, she was right. They're $1 for all of them. But there were no choices. This was the only one. There wasn't like multiple colors. Like I said, these colors weren't like amazing to me, but for $1, if I use one once, it was worth it. So, yeah. Amazing pigmentation. Yeah, that's good. The blue's probably the worst pigmentation, but it's still good. Yeah. I would definitely say if one of these colors you even think you could wear once, pick them up. The last item I'm going to talk about, and I'm going to let you all go to bed. I picked up the big Wet n Wild gift last year, and then like I never used it. It was, I'm pretty sure it was last year, maybe it was 2 years ago. It was the one that you like pulled out and it was like stair-stepped. And it was just, it wasn't bad product. The packaging was just ridiculous. It had like lip products in it. It had eyeshadow products in it. And I don't know what I was thinking because the packaging was insane. So we all know Wet n Wild eyeshadows for the cost can be absolutely amazing. They can be some of my favorite eyeshadows depending. Some of the palettes I don't like so much. Some of them I'm madly in love with. So this year's big holiday thing, I picked up on a gamble, and I'm praying, because this is like the most expensive Wet n Wild thing you will ever buy. I'm praying these are the quality that I'm hoping for. So this year's big gift is this giant palette. It's $30. Right now they had $2 off Wet n Wild, so I got it for $28, which makes me feel a little better about it. And it's called a beauty book, not an eyeshadow palette. I stand corrected. It says that it includes 78 eyeshadow shades, 2 on-edge long-wear eye pencils, and 1 dual-ended brush. I have not opened this. Let me read it to you back. It says, "'Tis the season for amazing eyes. The Wet n Wild Holiday Beauty Book has everything you need to create flawlessly fierce eyes, including 78 highly pigmented eyeshadows ranging from neutrals to brights, dual-ended brush for easy application, and 2 eyeliner pencils. The trendy and affordable item is a must-have this season." If even half of these are the quality I've come to love from Wet n Wild, I will be a happy girl. So, hold while I get through packaging. Okay, so this is even bigger than I thought it was. I don't know what I was thinking, all right? I guess I assumed because this was like shown open, I thought the palette was like open in here and that it was like gonna be this big, which is still a big palette. I mean, let's like compare with things we have here. Like this is the Wonderlust. This is the Tarte Pro Glow. But I was wrong. There was a little bit of clear packaging around it. But this is how big this is, you guys. This is as big as bigger than my head. It's huge. This sounds like a cardboard. I'm thinking it has this like embossed, I don't know, my animal reptiles croc print. And it's got an elastic to hold it shut. You know, some of those. Two of them. This thing is like, guys, I have small hands, but dang. Okay, I have some random packaging here. So I'm gonna close this back up because I just can't get over how big this is. Okay, this is like the Nikki Tutorials box, which the palette basically is the same size as this. So that's that. And then this is totally random. I bought this years ago and I don't know why. I never reached for it, but I can't let go of it. This giant elf palette that has like every color you could ever want. This was a great total rampage. This has great quality eyeshadows in here, especially considering the money, but the shapes on this make it like freaking impossible to use. So yeah, I always thought this thing was big, and this thing's huge. So you're definitely getting your money's worth. I have 2 mirrors in all those colors. Yeah, it appears, and that's what I was hoping. The eyeliners, you have a brown one and a black one, which is smart. And then this brush. The brush is kind of sad. They've come out with some really great quality brushes recently. I was kind of hoping this one would be of that quality. It's just, you can tell it's poorly cut. Like it's just, the bristles aren't even cut correctly. So this is pretty pathetic. Okay, let's do some swatches because that's the real test, right? This silver is calling my name. Okay, so as big as the palette is, these are kind of tiny. Oh, you guys, it's an overspray. I wondered why there was a silver in the middle of all that blue. So this first swatch doesn't count because that's all the overspray. Why do they do that? Overspray should be banned. Yeah, and then there's this pretty gold up here, and I bet, yep, the gold's overspray too. All right, don't get your hopes up about those shimmers. Why can't they have, like that, the overspray layer is gorgeous. Just make a whole eyeshadow out of that, because that's beautiful. But then the thing underneath is like, you're disappointed because the overspray was so pretty. All right, we're gonna do 3 more swatches and then we're calling it, because we can't swatch this whole thing. This is like looks like a highlighter. This just looks like a face powder or a good all over eye powder. And then, please don't be an overspray. Oh, and you were. What in wild? Why? Why? We're gonna go for it. That looks like a giant highlighter. Looks like a face powder. Overspray disappointment. That's pretty. Even though it's overspray, it's pretty. Okay, there's that shadow with the overspray, and it's all gone now, and I'm swatched again. It's still a pretty color, it's just not as shimmery. So that one's not completely disappointing. Okay, last few thoughts on this. I think it's still going to be a good eyeshadow palette. There's lots of mattes and there's some shimmers. Just don't get thrilled about the ones that look like amazingly metallic because they're overspray. And I think if I had known that, if I hadn't gotten my hopes up to start with, I wouldn't have been so bummed. Because I do still, I mean, all of these seem to be very pigmented even once the overspray is gone. If I love this, you'll be seeing it in a love. And right now, I'm okay with the fact that I spent $28 on it because this thing is huge. All right, enough rambling. I'm done. Thank you so much for spending time with me. All my videos are long. If you like long videos, subscribe. And like this video if you wouldn't mind, because I would really appreciate it, and have a beautiful day.